So today we are going to practice what we have learned in the previous videos in R itself. So now let's discuss data structures. Data structures are made up of data types, that is numerical data type, character data type and logical data type. The simplest data structure is vector. It is made of list of items where each item belongs to one data type. Okay, every item should have same data type. Here I've created a vector by using C. Within parentheses, I have mentioned digits. As you can see, it has numerical data type. 10 colon 17 will give me digits from 10 to 17. I have assigned this vector to variable xyz. When I will run this command, let's see what it will give. So you can see here in the console that I have a vector made of digits 10 to 17. So just like in character data type, here also each item is indexed, and if I want to see which item is in a particular position, I just have to mention the position in square brackets. So here I have typed xyz within square brackets 5, and it will give me the item at 5th position. If we see that 10 is at first position, then accordingly we will see that 14 is at 5th position. Now if I just want to see what item is at 3rd position, so I can change it to 3 and I can run it according to this 1 2 3. So 12 should be given as a result. So as we can see at 3rd position, it has mentioned that there is 12. Another way of forming a vector is to mention all the items that we want. Here I have, again you can see I have mentioned character data type, and character data type has to be in quotes, so always remember that. And I've mentioned this character data type to assign this character data type, this vector, to vec00. Now again, if we run this command and if I want to know what item is at position 2, I can see it is B. Okay, so 1 is A and at 2nd position there is B, so the answer is correct. Now if I want to know a particular range in which the items are, particular range of position, for example I want to know the items are from 2 to 5, then what it will give? So I just have to write 2 colon 5. Okay, and then it will give me BVRT. Okay, so if we can see, 2nd position start with B, and V is at 3rd, 4th 3 R, and at 5th position there is T. So this is how vector is run. Now if I want to make list, in case of list we can have items belonging to different data types. Here we can see I had the numerical data type, either I have character data type in a vector. But in case of list, I can have different types of data. So I have to mention list, and then within parenthesis I will mention the different items. It can consist of the same data type, it can consist of different data types. It's your choice. Okay, so I have mentioned this character data type, and then the numerical data type, then again character data type, and in the end I have the logical data type. I have assigned this list to LT007, and let's print it and find out if we have. Now you can see there is a list. It is also mentioning the index. At 1st position there is there, at 2nd position there is 4, at 3rd position there is 10, at 4th position there is apple, and at 5th position there is false. So if again, like vector, if I want to access any item at a particular position, I have to mention the vector, and in square brackets I have to mention the position. Like here I have mentioned 1. So at 1st position there was there, and that's what we got after running the command. Okay, now let's see matrix. Okay, so matrix is where your vector is distributed into rows and columns. Okay, so in case of matrix, to form a matrix I have to write matrix, and then within parenthesis first I have to mention vector. I can make the vector in form of this particular formula, or I can just mention the list of items. It's your choice. Or I can make a variable that is made of a variable that consists of a vector, and then I can mention the variable here as well. The second thing I have to mention is the number of rows I want my matrix to have and the number of columns. Okay. So now I have assigned this matrix to variable empty01. Now when I will print this, then I will get the whole matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in different rows, in 3 rows and 3 columns. For example, I want to have only one row, and I will mention there are 9 columns. Now again let me print it. Now you will see it kind of looks like a vector. Okay, so vector is in a way a one dimensional matrix. Okay, so here also notice one other point, that in matrix also, because we are distributing vector into rows and columns, so according to rule, matrix also have all the items mentioned in belonging to same data type. Okay, so now let's put it back in different rows and columns, and let's run this command again so that we have the matrix, the old matrix. Okay, so now we have this matrix and I want to access different items based on the position. So first I have to mention the row and then the column. So here I have mentioned empty01, that is the variable in which matrix is assigned. Then I will, in square brackets, I will mention row and column separated by comma. Here I have mentioned column because I want one thing, because I want the items in a particular range. But here I want row and column separated by comma. So in case of empty01, within square brackets 2 comma 3, I will get the result 8. So this is the row which we have mentioned at row 2 and column 3. So this is the item I got. For example, now let's see what will happen if I delete the row. Okay, now it will give me the whole column. Okay, because I mentioned the column only. You can see here also it has shown that comma 3 will give you the whole column 7, 8, 9. If I do the opposite, I mention only the row and not the column, then I should get this particular row 2, 5 and 8. Okay, so now let's run this command, and as we expected, it is 2, 5 and 8. So this is about matrix. What happens in an array? Array is kind of similar to matrix. Here also vector is distributed in rows and columns, and also in matrix, in number of matrix. So suppose I have given the matrix, I have given the vector from digits 1 to 18, and there we don't mention n row or n col to mention the rows and column. Instead we just directly give the dim command. Dim command is for the dimensions. Okay, and we always mention this in form of a vector. Okay, this first number gives the row, second gives the column, and third gives the number of matrices you want. So you have to mention array, and within parentheses the vector and the dimensions to make an array. Now I have assigned this array to variable AR01. So now let's print what AR01 will show. Now you can see that here you can see there are two matrices, 3 columns and 3 rows in each matrices, as we have said. 3 columns, 3 rows, 3 rows, 3 columns and 2 matrices, and that's how I distributed our data accordingly. So for example, I have again to access an item at a particular position. So I have to first mention the row, then the column, and then the matrix number. So let's run this command. So we can see that it is matrix 2. So at matrix 2 is this, and from that we can have row 2 and column 3. So we should get an item at this position, that is 17. So now let's run this command and see if we are getting this. We got 17 here exactly. Now let's do the same thing we have done with matrix. Now let's delete this. What is the Let's delete the matrix number, and now we should get item at column at row 2 column 3 in both the matrices, and see we have gotten 8 and we have gotten 17 in both the matrices. Now let's do something else. We are going to remove the column. Okay, so we have removed the column and it should give us second row of both of second matrix. Okay, so yes, second row in the second matrix. Now what if I delete the row number? So it should give me the third column in the second matrix. It has given me the third column in second matrix, that is 16, 17 and 18. Sorry, 16, 17 and 18. Okay, this last column. Now what will happen if I just mention one number? For example, I will mention second row, but I am not mentioning any column or any array, any matrix, sorry. So now I will get second row in both the matrices. 11, 14, 17 in second matrix, and 2, 5, 8 in, which is from second row, in first matrix. See, that's the result I got. This is how array items in array can be accessed. Now let's go to factors. Factors is where you can categorize the items. Okay, so let's no, let it be here. So what we do is we write the factor, and in this we write another vector where we can have same kind of data type, and we can here I have character data type. You can see that I have written a name of different countries, and USA, India, France, Korea, France, USA, so many times. Now if I just want to see the levels of this, because factor categorize the data, so if I run the level command, I have assigned this factor to variable fc05, and if I want to know what are the levels, I can that is what are the categories in this data, then I can just run the command and you will see I have gotten France, India, Korea and USA. That is because levels actually give the categories, not the whole data but the categories. There were 4 different kind of countries that it has mentioned. That's all for today. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.